Tragedy at this Houston Heights apartment complex. Houston police say it's where 9-year-old Kylie Sorrells died after she was intentionally shot and killed by Jeremiah Jones, her mom Brittany Sorrell's ex-boyfriend. Police believe the motive appears to be revenge. They say Jones was upset about a recent breakup with Kylie's mother. He showed up at the apartment and confronted her as she watched a movie with her 3 daughters. The argument escalated. At one point, Jones even ripped a TV off the wall. Jones accused Sorrells of cheating. Police say he ultimately went back to the bedroom and shot Kylie in the head, execution style. Before leaving the apartment, investigators tell us he shot Brittany too in the shoulder. She was rushed to the hospital and is expected to survive. Tonight's arrest happening 18 miles from the murder scene off Imperial Valley Drive. That's where SWAT moved in to make the arrest at 6 this evening. He's now charged with capital murder and aggravated assault. Jones has a lengthy criminal record, and tonight we're learning he was out on 5 different bonds for 5 different offenses, released from jail just 2 weeks ago on June 1st.
For the life of me, I cannot fathom how this continues to happen. And this is just another example of another victim of the Harris County bond pandemic. In this particular instance, a 9-year-old girl paid the ultimate price. She lost her life.
Tonight, Kylie's mother on Instagram thanking law enforcement for making the arrest. She says her daughter loved playing basketball and making TikTok videos. The arrest personal for Houston police. Kylie was also a member of the Police Activities League.
You know, if I wouldn't have played the video, you possibly would not have believed what I had in the caption, or if I just told you from my own mouth. I want you to let the video you just saw like replay and marinate in your mind and actually think about that. Go outside if you see children outside and think about that. If you have children of your own, go peep at the next room where they're possibly minding their own business, watching TV, eating a snack, reading on the devices, and actually think about that. The story you just saw. I and others seem to keep having the same conversation over and over and over, and it doesn't seem to go anywhere. And you know what? I'll even go out and say this. On other platforms, it seems the more and more I defend men, Black men in particular, something like this happens. I've always told you, and I've made no bounds about it, whenever something happens to kids, I take it personal. See, we gotta say, I have to watch what I say. And I can't believe I have to do that because a lot of times when I just said what I thought and what I wanted to, the tube doesn't like that. You got to be a 100% uncut coward to do that to a child because the relationship you had with her mother is over. You don't know how to move on and conduct yourself as a man, so you throw a fatal temper tantrum, allegedly. I have to say allegedly because he's only been charged. He hasn't been convicted. And as of this video, he has been apprehended. You see, things like this that continue to happen, it's becoming normal, and it's not. Whatever happened to back in the day, if a relationship was over, you moved on. You know, you may have been hurt, but you dealt with it. You went on and you found somebody more compatible with you. And perhaps you and that significant other from the past can remain friends and you both move on with your lives in peace and harmony. I have never seen this before with men to where you become so psychologically and emotionally fragile to the ego to where you do something like this. First of all, I'll say this. and this is coming out of my mouth. Once word around town, once the word around town got around town as to what happened, he should have made it to where he turned himself in. And at 22 years old, he was already out on, I think, 5 different bonds. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's one for every work day of the week. And what that gentleman in the video said, there seems to be a flaw within the Houston, Texas bond system. And it is. And this is not the first time somebody's been bonded out with a rap sheet a mile long. I've heard and personally seen people be bonded out on capital murder charges. I've seen people rally to the steps of the DA office and ask them, hey, what the hell are you doing letting these violent criminals run amok in our community? The city of Houston should be in outrage. And as a matter of fact, from my understanding, that it was the second child within a 24-hour time span this past weekend who lost their life to gun violence. The second within 24 hours, both under the age of 10. That beautiful baby girl won't get to return back to the school she attends next year and tell her friends what she did this summer. Those two younger siblings can't go outside and play with their big sister anymore throughout the summer, go to the pool, go to the water park, get ice cream, chase the ice cream man down the street, because her life got snuffed out by a coward, allegedly. And then, and apparently that wasn't his biological child. Could you imagine the phone call that kid's father got? Could you imagine the phone call the grandparents had to deal with? And I can only imagine, no, I don't want to imagine, but I can only imagine what the mother is going through right now. Could you also put yourself in the shoes of her siblings who watched their older sister get murdered? I say this time and time again, and at no point in this video am I blaming the mother, but I tell everyone, when you have children, you really have to watch who you involve yourself with. This has got to be maybe in total my third or fourth video about something horrible happening in relationships. Something that where the other person is not coming back from. And in this instance, it was a child under the age of 10. That's still grade school. That's still elementary. I often urge people, when you go out and about, when you go on dates to get to know people, bring your own money, bring your own mode of transportation in case you get that gut feeling that just isn't right, you can leave. I often say take time getting to know people before they, get in your personal space, before they come into your home, before they meet your children, because of situations like this. I'm quite outraged right now. And I'm making this video late at night. The only reason why I am not yelling at the top of my lungs because I don't want to wake my babies in the other room. That's right. I take stuff like this to the heart because I am a father. I have daughters. I have sons. I have nieces. I have a sister. I have a mother. I have cousins that are females. I don't have any kind of respect for things like this at all. And to be honest with you, there should be a rally for something like this. Not only when a senseless shooting happens with law enforcement or a misunderstanding happens with law enforcement that may not result in a shooting, but there's a rally for it. Black Lives Matter should be in Houston for something like this. This is not normal, and we cannot treat it like it's normal. We can't say, yeah, people get shot every day, beat. That's the stupidest shit I heard before in my life. That we justify it and normalize it. It truly is. I think we're the only people and only, Western civilization, the only ones that think that way. And I'm pretty sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong. What goes through your mind as to where if I can't have her, I'm going to go in, deface property, cause a fight, make threats, then take out her child, allegedly. Then demand to see the cell phone to see if she was cheating on you, demand to go through her personal things. You come on, you know what? Maybe these women are right. Maybe there is a different type of men out there that just ain't men anymore. Again, a situation like that to where a grown man storms into a place and elicits fear into the minds and emotions of a woman and 3 children. Like, why? I'm almost at a loss for words, and I'm trying to put it together to bring to you all, to let you know and bring awareness to things like this that are happening. If you suspect something or you have a gut feeling about a significant other one of your friends are dating, bring it to their attention. It could save a life. I mean, see, things like this shouldn't just stop on a platform. Bring it to your city council. Bring it to your community leaders. Tell the DA in your city if you realize there are a certain amount or an unordinary amount of violent criminals being released. You can tell your DA, not on my watch, not in our community. And then from my understanding, what the video said, she did attempt to put paperwork in as to, hey, keep him away from me. And I know how law enforcement works. They can't actually do anything until something happens. Well, now something has happened. How many times does this have to happen? This is not even 4th of July yet. Like, we're really literally just maybe a week into the actual summer. Kids only been out of school maybe a total of 8 days. And that's being generous. To the family, I'm extending my prayers and sending positive vibes as you get through this. To the little girl's father, sir, wherever you may be, my prayers are with you. We got to do better in our community as a people. Men need to man up and be leaders, protectors, and providers. And you notice how I put provider last, because you can provide and be a shitty human being. And for some reason in our community, I know it takes money to live, but that the main thing we want to go to is who has the money and not who has the character. That has to stop. If any more news breaks on this story, I'll bring it to you guys. And of course, I had to tell you this because the platform likes it. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that notification bell, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. You all take care of yourselves. Love your loved ones. Excellence of excuses. And I'm out.